Welcome back to the Self-Esteem and Confidence Mindset podcast with me, Johnny Pardo. Today, we're going to be talking about self-confidence, nutrition, dieting, weight loss, and much, much more. So today's guest is Chad, and Chad, let's just give a little bit of an introduction to him, then he can share a little bit about himself. So Chad started the world's first online weight loss program almost 30 years ago and has helped more than 10,000 people online, showing them exactly how to activate their body's natural ability to burn fat 24 hours a day. So, welcome to the show, Chad. First of all, we'd love to hear a little bit about your story and actually what got you into the whole weight loss area.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, Johnny. It's really good to be here. I appreciate the opportunity. So I started with a degree in exercise science and nutrition back in 1990, and I graduated in 1994, and went on to, when I went to college, I wanted to go into medicine to be a doctor to help people. But then in my college career, I kind of realized that a lot of the doctors are really just about, treating with pills and surgery and stuff. And I want to be on the other end of that, of really helping people with prevention. So they don't even have to deal with the surgeries and the pills and stuff. So more, healthcare on the other end, showing people how to actually lose weight and live a healthier lifestyle. So that's how I kind of changed my career. And then I started, once I graduated in 94, I started a personal training business in a local gym. And one of the trainers there told me about this thing called the internet that I had never even heard of. I mean, this is back when people didn't even have emails, or, it just wasn't a thing. But I got so just fascinated with the idea of taking what I was teaching people in my own personal training business to something online that I could teach people across the world how to, combine the right foods at the right times, the right amounts, and give them the support and the guidance and accountability they needed. So I spent about a year dreaming up this way of coming up with a website that could offer this type of good information and also support. And so in the latter part of 94, I launched it and got my first customer about a month ago. And then it's just kind of grown from there. And it's been a really, really fun ride, and really showing people, enough is enough with all the diets. Let's get a plan that's really right for you. And then let me hold you accountable to it and offer you the support and the guidance. And, we'll work as a team together to get the weight off for good. So that's what I've been doing for, almost 29 years now.
Wow, that's awesome. That and then starting back then where the internet was only a new thing, and nowadays we see it's only increased. So that's
Yeah.
awesome that you got going early on with that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what?
It's been a fun ride.
Yeah, definitely sounds it. So lots of us, and I'm thinking like the classic. Obviously, you must have heard this billions of times or something like that. But the classic. We get to New Year's. Um, we wanna go on like a diet of some kind. We want like the right nutrition, and then actually linked to this show when we give up, which is the majority of people, if we're honest, that I know certainly when we start these New Year's things, and that we lose a bit of confidence in ourselves rather because we're not doing what we said we want to do. How can My question to you really is how can people enjoy uh, losing weight a little bit more? Because we often see it as boring and painful, and that's
Yeah.
the feedback I've got regularly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think so many people are focused on all the different diets out there that are so focused on restriction and calorie deprivation and avoiding carbs and all those different things, which actually, there's two reasons why I believe those don't work. First is it actually ruins the one thing that's responsible for permanent weight loss, which is your metabolism, which quite literally means your body's ability to burn fat at rest. So instead of focusing on all the calorie restriction and the limiting carbs and all those things, it's really tough to stick with. We're really focusing on, in my system, we're really focusing on, let's condition your metabolism to work for you rather than against you. So 24 hours a day, whether you're eating, sleeping, working, relaxing, playing, whatever you're doing, your body is actually using food as energy rather than storing it as fat. So that's the first thing, is instead of all the restriction and stuff that actually causes your body to hold on to fat and fear of starvation, we're really focusing on your metabolism. And the second thing is really, most diets and other weight loss so-called solutions are way too complicated and time consuming and tedious. It's like no one can stick with that for very long. So they do their very best to, stick to a diet or whatever. And then it's time to go out with your friends or go to a party, whatever. And it's like, no one wants to sit there and be on a diet and eat salad and water while everyone else is, enjoying drinks and appetizers and stuff. So I think it's really, really important that you set yourself up for success with a proven system, but one that's really perfect for you, for your preferences, your budget, your lifestyle, your unique situation. So it's something that you can actually stick with for life. So it's simple and convenient and actually enjoyable. So when you have the right system and then it's tailored to you, and then you're setting yourself up for success to make it really simple, and still be able to go out and enjoy yourself, but doing it strategically and striking a balance between following a proven system, but also really enjoying yourself. So right after, you're not either, guilty about what you ate or feeling frustrated because you're, suffering in silence on this miserable diet. You're actually feeling proud and empowered and a little bit closer to your goals. So that's what I try to help my clients do, is strike that balance between follow the proven system in a way that's right for you so that it's simple and convenient, but also really enjoy yourself so that it's something you can stick with, for life.
I love what you said about sticking with it for life, and even if we're not just talking about nutrition here, I find that's useful for general sort of personal growth, our general sort of like personal growth. Things like our mental health as well. We're told to like meditate for 2 hours, like
Mhm.
journal for 30 minutes when you get up, and then I remember me at the beginning of my journey. Okay, I've got to do this, and this, and then it's okay for a week or so. Then it's like, oh, this is hard, and you get fed up,
Yeah.
frustrated with yourself. I've also been there with the whole exercise thing as well. Like, I like my 20 to 30 minutes exercise a day, whether it's running or a workout. I love walking. I'm a massive fan of walking. I'm also a
Yeah.
vegan, so follow a
Mm,
vegan diet. But I remember like starting the vegan fitness program. The main guy, and he loves going to the gym 2 hours a day. And then
mm.
I was trying to do that, and I was like, okay, this is good. I feel good after it, but it wasn't sustainable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, love what you're saying. Something for life.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's right. And you're exactly right. Whether it's nutrition, exercise, personal development, mindset, or whatever it is, I think it's got to fit into your schedule, into your lifestyle. Otherwise, it's just going to be really, really tough to stick with it. So, yeah, if 10 minutes of meditating fits into your schedule, rather than a half hour, 2 hours, or whatever, that's what's gonna it's just the small, simple changes throughout that are consistent, rather than these big, massive changes that are just so hard to stick with.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's really key. I think it's the extreme of going from like exercise maybe a couple of times a week very lightly to like, right, I'm going for 5 days a week for like 1 to 2 hours a day to the gym. It's maybe okay for a week, but not really a life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right. Yeah. And I think it's important to do things that you enjoy. A lot of times people feel like they have to suffer through some sort of exercise routine to get good results. But if you're following a really good nutrition plan that combines the right foods at the right times, the right amounts, even if you don't want to do like a structured exercise routine and just get out and have fun being active, whether that's paddleboarding, playing tennis, going for a hike, I mean, that's going to make a really, really massive difference. So it doesn't have to be this rigid thing where you're, pounding weights and doing all these things. It's just about a good, solid nutrition plan and then getting active doing things you enjoy. So again, it's sustainable long term.
Yeah. So as you were speaking there, I was thinking of another example of one of my friends. She's actually a Tony Robbins trainer, really good coach, top coach. And she's like, gets up early. She's like, I was really hating my exercise routine. And then she found
Mhm.
something that she loves, and she just does it every day easy. I can't remember the name of it. It's some kind of sport I'd never heard of, but it's a version of tennis. It might be racquetball or something like that. Uh,
Mm.
that
Is it
may
pickleball by chance?
yeah, you're
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah.
Pickleball. That was it.
Yeah, I thought that might be it. That's growing so popular and it's something my wife and I play a lot. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Ah, yeah, that's great. But yeah, going back to the point, really kind of finding how it fits for you. Love that. Really love that, and we can transfer that to so many areas.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so Chad, like for me, like day to day as sort of like an entrepreneur, but also when I've been like professional, like in the corporate workspace, and lots of us, pretty much most people I meet got very busy lives. One of the key things is I find for me, and I've heard from people like Tony Robbins that I've learned a lot from, is one of the single most important things is having good energy and making sure you fuel that energy not just physically, but from like mentally and all sorts of different ways. How can we produce like more? You talk a little bit about creating a diet with more natural energy. I think how can we make sure we've got things we enjoy, like you were talking about, but making sure we're able to have more energy as well?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I think it's really, really important that you first understand that carbs are not bad. You just need to learn how to choose the right kind, because carbs actually, I mean, that's their primary role in nutrition, is providing your body with energy. You just got to learn how to choose the right kind. And how we make it super simple by just anything picked from the ground or a tree are good carbs, because they're really high in nutrients, low in calories, and have less adverse effect on your blood sugar. Those ones that you want to limit and avoid are those that are processed, anything man-made. So the breads, chips, crackers, cookies, because of the processing, it limits or it decreases the amount of nutrients it has, but increases the actual calories and spikes your insulin, exactly what you don't want from your food. So carbs are really, really important for your energy, but it's also really important the right type of the foods that you combine with them. An apple, for example, is a good carb because it's natural and not processed, but the natural sugars in an apple can spike your insulin. So you get a little bit of an energy rush and then you'll crash down soon after. But if you combine a protein and healthy fat with that apple, none of that happens. It slows down the digestion of carbs and keeps your energy lasting a lot longer. So there's a really big difference between eating healthy and eating strategically, where you're combining the right foods together at the right times and the right amounts. And that's what we try to teach our clients is, for example, choose natural carbs like an apple, but then let's combine proteins and healthy fats with them. Something even just as simple as almonds or almond butter combined with it. So instead of a full apple where you're just spiking your insulin with the natural sugars in an apple, you're having a healthy fat and protein, again, mitigate that effect or slow down the digestion of carbs. So when you're combining the right things together, it sustains your energy so much longer. You feel full longer, you stay energized a lot longer, and it helps condition your metabolism to work for you again rather than against you.
Yeah, yeah. Some very good points I was writing down there as well. Like, I've tried intermittent, like sort of fasting, when you don't eat for a certain time, and it gives you good. For me, it had good energy because I wasn't consuming like a massive amount of food. But I noticed after it, if I just had carbs on themselves, I
Yeah,
I feel good for a bit, sort of still had that energy, but then there would be this dip.
crashes down. Yep.
Yeah, because I wasn't
Yeah.
having like those fats that I could, or proteins that I could be mixing with it.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, no. I like what you said. Difference between eating healthy and strategically.
Yeah.
So for someone who's like, there's a lot of information out there since you obviously started on the internet. Out there for someone who's perhaps a little bit like they want to make these kind of changes, they want to have better diet, they want better nutrition, let's use that word, better exercise, they want to improve their life, but they're a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Any tips for that individual who might be a bit stuck?
Yeah, I think it's really important to just keep it really simple and then take a little time to set yourself up for success, because the simpler it is, the more easy and convenient it is, the less overwhelmed you're going to be throughout the week trying to stick to this plan, and the easier it's going to be. So, for example, I always have my clients on Sundays prepare the foods in advance. So they're choosing the right type of carbs, protein, and healthy fat, and then preparing them in advance so they're all ready to go in the refrigerator. So then it's just a matter of simply heating them up, combining the right things together, and then you're having, just like what I said, combine the right foods at the right times, the right amount. So you have sustainable energy, your metabolism is working for you rather than against you. It's so much easier to lose weight and stick with it, because you're not feeling overwhelmed about trying to restrict, all these carbs or decrease your calories or whatever. You're just following the simple guidelines of having everything prepared early and then combining the right things together. So that's the first thing I would say is have some sort of proven system that has simple guidelines to follow, but then just invest a little bit of time, 45 minutes on a Sunday, to get that all really simple and prepared for the week. And then I also think is or also suggest is identifying any obstacles that might stray you from the plan.
Mm.
Because as long as you follow a proven system closely and consistently, you're going to do really, really well. So let's try to identify anything that's going to stray you from this proven system, such as a really busy workday, where it's going to be really tough to put the right things together or to get a little bit more active. Or a kid's birthday party that has a lot of cake and ice cream and pizza and stuff like that. If you have simple foods together and a good plan to overcome that obstacle, and then someone to hold you accountable to that, it's so much easier to stick right to the plan and see really good results rather than feel so overwhelmed by all the temptation and all the things you have to do and all these things. So I think that's the biggest thing is a simple proven system with really simple guidelines, and then taking some time to really set yourself up for success and identify any obstacles that might stray you from the plan, and have someone to support you as well.
Yeah, no, there's some great points like planning in advance, and keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also thinking of like when you travel abroad as well. That's always going to be a tricky
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Abroad, it's like what you eat. If you haven't planned for it, you can't necessarily always take food with various if you're going like flying or whatever things you can put in. But yeah, there's this you could probably research a little bit, right? Of like what's
Yeah.
on there and
Yeah, absolutely, and even just, like, checking in advance with the if the hotel has a refrigerator, for example, and so then you know that, okay, that once I get there, I might go to the store real quick and grab these essential things and then keep them in the refrigerator, so we have these quick and simple things to keep them right in the refrigerator so that when I'm really hungry, before I'm gonna go out and do something or go to a meeting or whatever, I can just combine this and this really quick and easy, I have it right there, rather than going to, a vending machine or having to go through a drive-through real quick or whatever. You just got to set yourself up for success and do a little bit of planning. It makes everything so much simpler to stay right on track.
mm, yeah, love it. Yeah, you can definitely look. It's just that little bit of work in advance, but it's going to pay
Yeah.
off.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Totally pay off.
And it's expensive as well. I've definitely been guilty of this. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not like with like buying things on the go as well. It can get expensive, so
Yeah.
you just
Yep.
save money as well. So
Yeah.
that's a good point. With your clients and like people you work with, often sometimes, and this actually links back to the whole show and what I love talking about in the personal growth space as well, is the power of kind of like focusing on where you want to go rather than perhaps this kind of I'll lose some weight. How specific do you get with people when they come to you on where they want to go?
Yeah, well, we first find out, like, how much weight do you wanna lose? Like, what would be your ideal weight? And then I think what's really important is identifying the reasons why you wanna lose that weight, because just a number on a scale, it's I guess it's kinda motivating to wanna lose 40 pounds or whatever, but if you identify all the reasons why, like, I wanna be around for my grandkids to watch them graduate and get married, and I want to get off all medication and make my life simpler and less expensive, and I want to just be able to live my best life and enjoy keep up with my family when we go hiking or go snowshoeing or whatever that is. When you identify your reasons why, I think it becomes so much less just like a number that you hop on the scale and try to get that number, and more of like a real purpose driven like goals. So we really try to find out the reasons why and then continually remind them of those reasons. So when they're tempted by a piece of cake at a birthday party, for example, they're not just thinking, all right, I could really enjoy this delicious piece of cake. They're thinking, well, the reasons why they want to stick to the proven system and, get to the ultimate results. Because again, as long as you follow the proven system closely and consistently, you're going to do really, really well. And I think reminding or being reminded of those important reasons of why you want to make this lifestyle change makes a big, big difference.
Yeah, going into your why rather than just the numbers. Same
Yeah.
as with making money. On another side of things, it's like, well, why do you want to earn the money for? That's the
Yeah.
stronger why than having, dead people on notes or having like numbers on a screen or something.
Yep.
Or there's more than the numbers on the scale. There's a lot
100%.
behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, your example of money is a really good one because, everyone wants to make a good living, but it's not just the money that they want, it's the reason or the feeling or the experience that it gives them. So it's the same thing with weight loss, I think, is finding out that reason why.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good one. What's a couple of kind of final questions, but I could talk to you for so much longer. So
Mhm.
I love this area. And it's so key, like your health to everything, because without it, you haven't haven't got anything.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to ask you about: what's the power of someone's environment when they're setting themselves up to lose weight or get or increase their fitness? Like the people around them, does that play a role?
I think it plays a big role. Yeah. One of the things I suggest to my clients is that they have just a meaningful heart to heart conversation with the people that they either live with or the friends that they may, go out to eat with a lot. If they understand that, all right, this isn't just another diet where I know you're going to roll your eyes thinking I'm going to, go on for, Monday through Wednesday and then go off the rails and then quit and then try to start over on Monday. This is something that I really want to do because of these reasons why, and because of improving my health and so on. I think once you let other people know that are in your lives, whether it's family or friends or those just people around you, I think they can actually rally around you and support you. And I think some people are really apprehensive to have that conversation because they've been on so many different diets and have failed, and their family and friends know that they've really tried to lose weight and failed. But I think if you switch it and say, this isn't another diet, this is something I really need to do for myself to improve my health, to improve my energy and confidence, and just be the best version of myself and just get the most out of life. There's not a lot of people, I don't think, that wouldn't support you in that if you just have a sincere conversation. So I think the environment and the people around you make all the difference in either supporting or sabotaging you. And so having that conversation, like, I really need to do this for me and for my health, and so I can be around for you and for the kids and so on, I think that makes a really, really big difference.
Yeah, yeah, having that genuine conversation. Yeah, love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being honest and open. Yeah, very good point. So Chad, really enjoyed our conversation today.
Yeah.
Before we sort of like wrap up, have you got a final point or anything you'd like to share? And also, where can people find you or more about your work?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess the final point I would say is, like, no matter what you've done in the past or how many times you've struggled, what challenges you're faced with, there's absolutely no reason. If you have a proven system and that system is tailored to you, so that's really setting you up for success, and it's following your personal preferences and your budget and your lifestyle and your schedule and any health challenges you have, it's right for you so that it's simple and convenient and easy to follow. And then you have someone that really cares about you, who's supporting you and guiding you and holding you accountable to this proven system. There's absolutely no reason why you can't get down to your goal weight and look and feel your very best. It's just about having the right information put into a step-by-step process that's right for you, and then the support and the guidance and accountability. So I'm certain there's people that have struggled with their weight for a long time and probably feeling or thinking in the back of their mind, like,
Mm.
yeah, that sounds really good, but I've tried so many different times. I'm just destined to be overweight forever. But when you have those three things, the proven system is tailored to you, and then all the support you need, there's just really no reason. In the 20 almost 9 years that I've been doing this, I've never seen it not work if you're just following the program consistently. And that's my job, is to make sure that it's simple and that it's, easy to follow, and you can follow it consistently, a lifestyle that you can really live with and enjoy. So that's just a little word of encouragement, I guess. Like, whatever challenges you're faced with or whatever negative thinking is coming in your mind, there's no reason. If you're committed and coachable, I'll be just as committed as you, and we can work closely together as a team to fix this once and for all. So that's just a bit of encouragement to leave your listeners with. And you can find more information about me and what I do at committed100.com. And even set up a page at committed100.com/free, FREE, just as a kind of a free bonus to help people get started on this journey. So yeah, that's I think the best steps to get started. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or unsure or whatever, we can just have an open, honest conversation and see if this is a good fit.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all the value you provided today. And yeah, thank you for sharing that page as well. We'll be sure to link it up. So,
Yeah.
once again, Chad, a big thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, Johnny.
Awesome. So, that concludes our conversation today. And remember, you are in control of your own self esteem and confidence.